is good, yo? It's your boy Ty back here with another video. And in this video today, guys, we're going to be talking about MyTeam Limited. And out of these 12 cards, which we will cover, what you should choose as your ultimate reward for getting your 6 rings in MyTeam Limited. Now, I like how Limited is structured this year compared to last year, because last year you'd only get one of the rewards. So, I mean, I usually settled on the 5 rings and got the Hall of Fame badge, but this year you get all of them. So, honestly, guys, it's decently rewarding. You know, 25,000 MT, 115 tokens. Obviously, you guys can see right there, you know, just kind of the rewards. But for 6 rings, you get the limited option pack. Now, this season, it's a little bit different because there are 12 cards instead of 11 cards. And you guys might be asking the same question that I did. Okay, but there's only 11 takeover players. You know, who is not gonna, or you know, who's the extra card? What is the extra card? Now, at the time, I put out a tweet, and at the time I'm recording this, I guess I'm not 100% sure, but I'm guessing that it is going to be a centerpiece or either a Hall of Fame badge. So that's just kind of what I'm expecting. And, you know, if that's the case, then, you know, it is what it is. Now, again, there is probably going to be these 11 cards and then this centerpiece or Hall of Fame badge. I'd guess a centerpiece, and obviously that's going to be probably the last thing I recommend unless you need that for Dr. J. So I'm basically going to be covering, out of all these takeover players, who you guys should be picking up. Now, before we dive into it, man, make sure you guys smash that subscribe button. Allen Houston, really a solid 3-and-D type option, only 6'6". Just, I wouldn't say a complete option, but a solid option. Bob Petit, the new card that did get released, I'm pretty confident he's in this week's limited pack. Whereas in past seasons, the new Friday card hadn't been. I'm pretty confident Bob Petit will be in these, and I think the card is solid. I think the card is fine, but even compare him to, let's say, like a Jaren Jackson Jr., I don't know if I can sit up here and tell you guys I'd like Bob Petit better, because I don't think I do. I know he's going to be solid in the catch-and-shoot situation, a lot of total badges, but he's only 6'9". And on the defensive end of the court, at least, guys, the card is very mediocre. Rex Chapman at that point guard position, 6'4", 95, 3-ball, 95 driving, a good ball handler, defensively really solid. There's really not many negatives I can say about Rex Chapman. The one thing I would say is I haven't used this card a ton, but I've played against him a little bit, and I've never really been cooked by Rex Chapman. Now, that's not me saying he's bad. That's not me saying, you know, he's not a top 10 point guard in the game, because I think he probably is. Right? And I do think if you need a point guard, he's a solid option. I'm just saying, for me, I've never really played with the card or struggled against it. And that's a big one for me. Have I struggled against the card? Brook Lopez up next. I actually think Brook Lopez is a decently solid option, especially if you need a big to compete against the guys like Kareem and D-Robs of the world. The only thing I don't like about Brook Lopez, and I've said this before and I'll say it so many times, is his release is horrible. The Elgin Baylor base on slow is horrible. Or it is the Brook Lopez base, but basically the Elgin Baylor release on slow is what you're looking at with Brook Lopez. And if you know, you know. That release is nearly horrible. Gerald Wallace. Again, I'll go back through each and every of these guys. Might be the most complete guy here. Great defensively, decent 3-ball, great release, driving dunk is incredible, 8 Hall of Fame badges, most of them defensively, 26 gold badges. I mean, I've played against Gerald Wallace, and out of every one of these cards, Gerald Wallace is the only one. He's one of the 2 guys that I can sit up here in front of you guys and say, he's caused me problems. He's given me issues. This card is absolutely incredible. Is he the best small forward in the game? No. Okay, he's not going to be better than Tim Thomas, not going to be better than Braun. If you look at the new content we got, probably not going to be as good as Terry Dischinger, probably maybe not even as good as Cincy Powell. But when it comes down to a free guy that you can choose, I'm telling you guys, Gerald Wallace is something special. DeMarcus Cousins up next. This is the other card that's giving me some problems, right? And for Boogie Cousins, it's more on the offensive end of the court than anything, because defensively, he's kind of a bona fide scrub. And I'm not saying that to say, you know, Boogie Cousins can't play for you. But I've had Boogie Cousins for a couple of weeks. I tried him out, and I hated him defensively. More so because of that 75 lateral quickness rating than I think anything. And against guys like AD or really anybody with clamp breaker and those in quick first step, those types of things, he's just going to struggle that little bit. Now, that's just my opinion. Obviously, if I had DeMarcus Cousins on like my No Money Spent squad series, he would play. He would probably be my starting power forward center over there. It's just tough, you know, when we got guys like Bob Netolicky and those types of guys. Googlioed up next. What do you want me to say? He is below average at that small forward position, power forward position. The card is not good. Derek Coleman, he's fine. He looks fine at least. But again, what are we really talking about? 76 lateral quickness. He shouldn't even be in the conversation. D-Wade is in the conversation. He's right up there with Rex Chapman at that point guard position. If you need a guy to jumpstart your team, if you just picked up the game, D-Wade's a solid option. Now, on that same kind of train of thought, is he better than Markelle Fultz? Probably a little bit, but barely. Is he better than a guy like KPJ? That's up for debate. So for me, I'm not going to sit up here and gas Dwyane Wade when there are other point guards for really cheap that can get the job done at nearly the same level. Now, I don't know how expensive Shea is. I'll have to go here and look for you guys. But why would you get D-Wade when you can just go get a guy like Shea, right? For 40,000, 35,000 MT, 30,000 MT, right? That's the problem I'm having right now. You know, and even on my No Money Spent squad series. If you can pick up Shea for less than 30K, what is the point of, and I'm not saying he's bad, but what's the point of spending that much time grinding limited, right? For that card, right? For Austin, a garbage man. Sharif, he's solid, but not worth locking in. To me, it's really a race between three cards. Rex Chapman, Gerald Wallace, and DeMarcus Cousins. And honestly, if you guys pick any of those three cards, I would not blame you. To me, I'd rank them like this. Gerald Wallace, number 1. DeMarcus Cousins, number 2. And Rex Chapman, number 3. But again, it all depends on the position you need, right? If you have really good small forwards, which you guys might, right? If you've completed the Season 3 thing, maybe you're, maybe your small forwards are guys, let's say like Glenn Rice, Michael Redd. Yes, you could still use some help. But kind of on that same train of thought, who would you get from the Season 3 point guards? John Stockton, and that's it? For Boogie, I mean, the hard part with DeMarcus Cousins is you got Bam, you got Jaren Jackson Jr., right? Two guys that I personally think are just as good as DeMarcus Cousins, if not better. So that's the hard part for me and DeMarcus Cousins. To me, I just think the option, the pick for nearly everybody should be Gerald Wallace. If you've already got Gerald Wallace, then you maybe go pick up DeMarcus Cousins. Then you maybe go get Rex Chapman. But that's kind of the only way I see you guys choosing anybody but Gerald Wallace. So for me, I'm probably going to get my team limited done and get Gerald Wallace, right? If there's a Hall of Fame badge option, that's personally what I'm going to get because Gerald Wallace really isn't that useful for me. So just kind of the outlook on me. If there's a Hall of Fame badge option in this, that's what I'm going with. Obviously, if the centerpiece is an option, I'm just picking up Gerald Wallace because I got the trophy case complete. That's going to wrap it up for our video, guys. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys, and have a blessed day.